So a reverse async lookup is if you have got a product, when you set your product up on Amazon, then you will have to put search terms in, keywords and things like that, okay? So you've got to set up all your keywords and in Seller Central, and then you put your product live and you see how things go, and hopefully your product ranks well if you follow a good system to launch your product like mine. And you can actually get software that will go and ostensibly look at the keywords that other people on Amazon are using in that area, the search term area, okay? So that process is called a reverse async lookup. And basically what it is, an async, so we'll call that an Amazon product. It's where you look at the search terms of an Amazon product, somebody else's Amazon product. Now, you shouldn't be able to do that, but by a quirk of Amazon, you kind of can. So the argument goes that by doing a reverse async lookup, what that gives you is it gives you a competitive insight into your competitors, so you can see what keywords they are trying to rank for, and then try and rank your own product for those keyword too. So that's the philosophy behind it. However, I don't like it. I don't use it. And the reason for that is pretty simple when you think it through. So let's take a product and let's see if I can show you. Let's go take a product. I don't know, let's take, which website am I on? .com. Let's take Balance Bike. Let's suppose that we are going to sell a balance bike, and we want to find out how to make that product sell well on Amazon. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and look at somebody else's product. So let's have a look. Let's get rid of the sponsored and goes just down to this one here. So we're going to go and look at this product here, and we're going to find out what keywords they are using in the back of Amazon, and then we're going to copy those keywords, okay? Now, here's why I think this is a terrible, terrible idea. Well, let me ask you. So here's 3 different products, okay, all ranking on page 1 of Amazon. 3 different products. 1, Amazon Choice. 2, 3. Do you think that the same person would buy those? No, that's a crap way of phrasing that question. Do you think that if you were searching for, here's the best way to ask it, if you were searching for a balance bike, which one of those would you be most likely to buy? Just based on that bit of listing here. This is number 1. Here's number 2. Here's number 3. So just intuitively, what's the thing that comes to your head? Would you probably buy number 1, number 2, or number 3? What would you go for? Number 1, number 2, and there is no right and wrong answer to this. I'll show you why it's important in just a second. So Rohan says number 2 because it's blue. That would be me too. Lizzie says number 3. Neil says number 1. Jen says number 2. Brian number 2. Samira says number 3. Jenny says the orange one. The blue one because it's blue. Number 3. All right, so there are heaps of different responses, okay? Heaps of different responses. And it's because we are all different. So for me, I'd probably buy this one here, the Amazon's Choice, not because it's Amazon's Choice, but because it's blue and I like blue. All right, so that'd probably be my thing that I would get. But others, they could be buying it for a kid that really loves green, like they're really into green things, and so that's the perfect bike for them. Another kid really wants a, I don't know, like a longer handlebar, so that's the thing that that parent is looking for, long handlebars, etc., etc., etc. Or they're looking to spend the minimum amount of money, so we look at price, etc., etc., etc. So when you are putting your product on Amazon, if you try and copy somebody else's listing, it will not work. It does not work. If your product is different, if you've got a blue balance bike instead of an orange balance bike, something as simple as that, that strategy will not work, because it's not about what you want it to be. It's about what your customers want to buy. That's the single most important thing on Amazon. Screw what you want. It's of zero consequence what you want. What do your customers want? And what you have to do is be the best version of what your customers want. So whenever you are putting a product onto Amazon, it's best to laser focus your product onto a specific subset of people. So you could laser focus your balance bike to people who have probably got a son that they want the balance bike for because it's blue, and a son aged between, I don't know, I would even go further and say this is for kids who are 2 years old, for instance. I would laser focus it on the actual person who's going to be buying it. That's why async lookups are a terrible idea, because what that gives you is somebody else's perfect customer. Gives you them. And it's extremely unlikely that their perfect customer is the perfect customer for you. It's extremely unlikely that that is the case, okay? So whilst ostensibly we're all selling balance bikes, we ain't all selling balance bikes. What we're selling is a balance bike for Mary, whose son is 3 years old and really, really likes the color green. Or what we're selling is a balance bike for Joanne, whose daughter is 5 and absolutely loves orange. And also, she's quite tall for her age, so she needs to have a balance bike where the seat is adjustable to make sure that she can get her feet to the floor properly, etc., etc., etc. Don't focus on the product. That's a recipe to lose. Well, not lose, but certainly not win-win on Amazon. You've got to focus on the customer. That's where you put your focus, on the customer. So that's why I think reverse async lookups are bullshit, because all you're getting is somebody else's customer. And that's not going to work for your product unless your product is exactly the same. And if two products, it's just like physics, if two things are exactly the same, one of them's not necessary. Simple as that. That's one of the laws of thermodynamics, isn't it? Two things are exactly the same, one of them's not necessary. So the same thing applies here. So hope that helps. That's why I do not do reverse async lookups, because really it's a crutch for people that don't want to do the research to find out who their customer is, and then to specialize and customize and personalize their product for that specific customer. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales have used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.